So now, George said, what's everybody looking for now? This is our baby. This is a game changer. If you don't use anything, use LUMINEXX. This is the best, far best color that I've ever used in my whole career. LUMINEXX is PPD free, it's resorcinol-free. So the two allergens that everybody now is looking for, right? The smell, the scalp irritation. This is skin grade ingredients. So everything in here, it's like giving a facial to the hair. It is the best ever. The shine is bar none to the best shine I've ever seen on any color. And on the front page, if you see the shine on those girls, that is exactly how shiny the hair
I think it hurts
actually
their lips though.
Yeah. It has sugar beetroot in it, which is hydrating, which is amazing. It has chicory, it's UV protectant. It's the best line out there. It does not stain the skin. It has no irritation at all.
It's like so pure. It's like so pure. We do not just
Gray
leave out.
coverage, we won't even have an NN because the gray coverage is the best gray coverage I've ever seen.
This
It's a cream gel.
Cream gel. So we
It's
got
a cream
lift.
gel, yeah? Everybody's getting one. Everybody's getting one today. Why would you use Chroma over this? One, Chroma has 96 tubes. We only have this many tubes, which is one. We chose, or they chose, the most popular shades that go. So, you know, I have the whole Chroma line, right? Most of my shades are dusty, but what does everybody go to? They always go to the same shades. You go to your neutrals, you go to your golds, you go to some of your reds, and then everything else just sits there, right? That's what just happened. They didn't want to come out with this line and say, here, look, we have 96 tubes, and we never will. It's not for that. Because as salon owners know, as I know, as an educator, a lot of shades just sit there.
And then they get discontinued too.
And then they get discontinued because nobody sells them. Nobody sells them. They put this line out because we need something out there that people are now talking about. People call up all the time, is there PPD in there? You know, is there resorcinol in there? I'm allergic to this. Everybody has allergies.
It's really like the Aveda plant that you want to take away from Aveda and be like, come over here, we have something.
Right, well, and you know what, I switched, I always had a Noah in my salon because a Noah is no ammonia, permanent color from L'Oreal. This does have ammonia in it, but it has very little ammonia and very little MEA. MEA is monoethanolamine, that's what a Noah has in it. So, but monoethanolamine stays in the hair. Ammonia dissipates out of the hair. So we took a little bit of both and put it in. So it gives you a little bit of both. But the most important thing is the skin grade ingredients. When you put this on somebody's hair, their texture of their hair changes. It's like a facial for the hair. It's that powerful as how their texture of the hair feels. Some of my clients will call me up and say, what did you put in my hair when you blew me out? Because the texture of my hair feels different. They say, no, that's the color I use now. It is that, it's amazing. Anyway.
And you can blend it too, right? Go ahead.
You could what?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can you go from a wiry gray feel to more of a softer?
Silky.
Really?
Yes.
Alright,
It has an encapsulated pigment.
Seed oil.
So what that means is, when you put it in the bowl with a developer, let's say you're doing a highlighting color at the same time, it's sitting in the bowl, it's not going to start activating until you mix it.
Yeah.
Really?
So you could bring it out together, and then you do your foil, and sometimes we mix it, and then we're doing the foil, and it's just sitting in that bowl for 15, 20 minutes, right? You just leave it in that bowl, and then you mix it up right before, that's when the activation is going to happen.
Example, her hair again. Let's say if you put her just, she wants to be solid. So you put, let's say, a 6N on her, and put it on the root. Do you go to root in
For the first time I do this, I pretty much always go roots to ends because of the shine. Because what's gonna happen is she's gonna have a band of shine there. If she has highlights in her hair and I'm not going roots to ends, I will always tone her at the end with something that's gonna go good with the highlights. Because the shine is, you'll see a difference. That's how shiny it is.
But on her previous, her highlighted end, you know, you still wanna get this characteristics of this product.
Right, well, you can't, on this side, you can't put the 6 in because she's blonde, right? So what I would do is I would do her base, and then I would tone her whole head with something lighter.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Or just use
Or the
Vista
paint.
tone, a little lighter shade than Vista tone.
That's what I'm saying. I would use this with something lighter. So they came out with our 10, which we use this for our gray covers, right? Well, our 20, our 30, and our 40, and then we have our 7, which makes it a pull through. We can't really say it's a glaze, because there is ammonia in here, and glazes and toners are no ammonia, but it's a pull through. So you don't need another line for this line, which is great.
And those are special developers.
Special developers.
So you don't use that with chrome and vice
Technology is
versa.
in both. Now, I'm gonna get outside the Aloxxi box right now, but, you know, our chroma, you could use Aloxxi or you could use gallons of developer. It makes no difference. It really makes no difference. Whatever is great for the salon owner, whatever. When you're using LUMINEXX, you need to use the LUMINEXX. Can you use traditional? You can, but you're not gonna get all the benefits because everything is in here and in here.
What about using this with your other color lines?
You could use it because you'll get it, but you're not gonna get the full results of this because it's in both here. It's in the tube and it's in the developer. Yes.
So what if you're using chroma already and you run out of the regular,
You could use this.
Okay.
so no big deal?
Because I have a woman who will not use this in my salon, and she uses my Aloxxi developer. She's like, I don't want another developer, I'm used to this one. I'm like, it goes with it, bro. She's like, no. She gets the results, but she doesn't get like the results.
So ultimately, this is gonna be your developer, that you would like to choose
This is gonna be my developer
for everything, all tools you have.
And they just came out with 6 new shades, which is right on the back, so instead of making a new book, and they will after October, because we came out with cool shades, and we came out with warm shades. The warm shades are coming out in October, the cool shades are out now. So they came out with a 7 AA, a 9 AA, a 10 VA, a 4 AMT, and then a 5 NADR. So what they did was they put it back here, so they didn't have to give you another book, but they will be formulating a book. This line is never going to be a huge line. I think the most it's gonna have is 65 or 70 tubes for a full line, eventually, over time.
And you can mix them.
You can mix it with each other, they're all calibrated.
Okay.
And then again, you could use the 7 volume for everything, so you don't need 2 lines, which is cost effective.
Yeah.
And again, like, we don't have, let's say if we don't have a 7 AA, you could use a 6 and an 8 AA, we'll make your 7 AA.
Sure.
You know, I do, so a lot of people don't get it.
No.
They don't get it. I do a lot of salons in Manhattan, you know, I'm on Long Island, but in Manhattan, and their salons are good, they're small, you know, because the rents are so high. And I'll go in their color room and they'll have like 2, you know, 4, 6, 8, they don't have the whole line of anything.
Sure.
They go every other, because they say they don't have the space.
You can blend.
And they can blend, that's it.
Yeah.
Makes us colors together.
These look a little dark on the color chart, but are they through the color stuff? I mean, like the 8s, to me, yeah,
That would be,
that's not,
yeah.
yeah.
On the back, tells you exactly what everything is. On the back of the swatches here,
So coming from L'Oreal,
right?
being that you're a full educator for L'Oreal, what did that mean for you and your business making that switch from all that inventory to what you have with Aloxxi?
It's, well, and again, not to put down anything like that, L'Oreal, for some reason, just kept coming out with new shades all the time, like, always. Like, some of theirs is like a 5.62321. I'm just like, what is that? You know, when we put gold in with the gray, with the copper, with the red, and I'm just like, I could make that. But then what happens is, my staff goes, I just saw this on YouTube. Why don't we have this color? You know what I'm saying? Or I just saw this on Instagram. Why don't we have this color? Oh, because you can make that color. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You're the creative genius.
yeah, so,
You hear that, people? We can make these colors.
this is a cream gel, so it goes in a bottle, or it goes with a bowl and brush.
I hear
Better.
that shit all the time. We're out of the shape, what am I gonna do?
Yeah,
Right.
Break it. Lord.
No, make it. I always tell people, when you want to hear something crazy, and whoever the staff is here, you would hate me for this, but when I moved from from L'Oreal to Aloxxi, on a Sunday, I went into my salon, we closed, and I took all my L'Oreal out, and when they came in on Tuesday, I had all Aloxxi there. And they were just like, what did you do? I said, be colorists.
Right.
We had the class last week,
right.
be a colorist. I said, don't be a person who does color.
Mm-hmm.
We know what but what it did for us is it made us sit in the back and go, Brian, come here. This is why we're using that color. Go walk by her and see. And we became a team again.
Yeah.
We became a team. We started using formulas again and started thinking again.
Yeah.
Because after, we need to think, we're artists, right? We need to think. So after a while, we sit and draw pictures all day, you know?
Or create formula.
Right? Because we can't sit, right? So we all became a team again, and we started going, let's look at this person. What are you going to do on Mary? And you know, she always complains about the color. What are we going to do? And then as we did it, we realized the client's like, I don't know, we did to my hair, but it's great. It's this and that. It became fun again. There was like a buzz going on in the salon. Because if I did it slowly, I would still have a wall of L'Oreal in there.
Right.
Because they would say, I can't do it up, I can't get rid of it. I just took the plunge. I gave them classes. I had somebody sit in my salon. I did 2 support days. You know, when you get our color line in, somebody will come and sit all day long in your dispensary and help you mix. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not gonna sit there and just give you the color, like there is support. This is, which is really good for the salon owners and the conscious people. This is a 3.4 ounce tube.
Right.
It's mixed 1 to 2.
Awesome.
So you get 3 applications out of 1 tube.
Yeah.
When I go to order color and my staff goes, you only want 2? I said, that's 6 applications.
Yeah.
I don't need more than 2 tubes at a time. 6
Okay.
applications.
You hear that, little Richie? 6 applications.
Out of-
You don't need to mix so much.
1 to 2, 1 to 2.
It is 1 to 2. So,
Yeah, you do.
I read the instructions, buddy.
1 to 2, right. Which is a game changer. They did this for cost efficiency out there. You know what I'm saying? We made it so you add more developer. You know what I'm saying? Which is beautiful, right? It's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. And the shine, now, anybody ever used it yet?
No.
No, it's really great. If anybody, I mean, we could even just throw glazes on it or whatever, or color, whatever we want to do.
Is that what you're saying right now?
That's why I haven't colored
saying
my hair. I wanna
glaze
see how
on it.
this colors my hair.
Perfect, we'll do.
Okay?
I just have one more thing to go over, and then we'll start the color, okay?
We're getting samples, so we're getting samples of the LUMINEXX or whatever.
This does not stain. So, it does not stain at all.
So there's not a single downside to this color. It's the best.
It does not, it's amazing. I mean, if I'm using a level 2 or 3, will I use barrier cream? Yes. I will for support. But it doesn't even irritate. Nobody does this, nobody does nothing.
And that has high
Processing time of the LUMINEXX cover grade is
35 minutes.
35 minutes.
Yep,
Could you leave it on longer though, just in case?
you can.
Up to 45
Up to
minutes?
45.
Even an hour we had to.
You could.
Yeah. Could you mix andiamo with it to make it speed up?
No.
Two
Would you
different
recommend it,
technologies.
or you just can't do it?
No, the whole technology is all different.
Okay.
Yeah. Quick Lift Lightener, have you ever used it? It's the old kind of Magic Mesh from L'Oreal. It lifts 5 levels in 15 minutes and it stops working. Or 35 minutes, alright, so 15 minutes under heat, 35 minutes no heat. So if you put them under the dryer, 15 minutes, 5 levels of lift, it stops working. Or 35 minutes without heat and it stops working.
So it's a double process, it's made for.
It's not for the scalp, no, highlights only. It's for, if somebody comes in and they're a level 5, they want a level 9, you know what I'm saying, you wanna highlight them, put it on, rinse it out, they're done. You don't have to wash it, you have to do nothing. 35 minutes
And it's
or 15, quickly.
Do they all stop automatically or? is it
No,
only-
that's the only one. Everything else is progressive. This is also good if, again, if you're doing color in between highlights, for the newbies, color in between highlights.
Yeah.
5 levels, nobody really wants to go more than 5 levels unless they're dark. Do you know what I'm saying? But if you're a level 5 and 6, you're not going more than 5 levels, even with light. I mean, you go to 10, 12, you can't go that high, it breaks. So, and it's floral, it's controlled, it has conditioning agents in it, so it's a non-invasive lightener that stops working. And if somebody comes in and they want a face frame, they want to be quick, you put them under the dryer, 15 minutes, rinse them out, they're done.
And a full foil, this is good for a beginner, they don't have to start.
Yes,
around
yes.
and changing.
Yep, and it's also measured. So it's a packet. The tube, you get 4 applications out of 1 tube, and then you put your developer, so for waste. Because I don't know if anybody measures their lighteners or not, but I went to a class once, and I was with Bob, who's in charge of a lot of Aloxxi. And we went to the class, and the owner said, I want to do these 3 women, I want to use all 3 of your lighteners, and I want you to put a 10 body on. I'm like, 10 body, I'm going to get all day. I want to go for lunch, I want to go try. I was in Florida, a different part of Florida. I said, I'm going to be here all day now. So I just go to mix it, and Bob comes over and he goes, Freddie, you're not weighing it. I never mind the scoop. I go by consistency. You know, I want it like Cool Whip. So he goes, Freddie, you got to wear in class. So I weighed it, nice, you know. You go 1 to 1.5 ounces to 2 ounces, depending on consistency. I weighed all of them, 10 volume. She foiled up the girl. Within 10 minutes, she opened it up. They were all hell white. And I went, I didn't say nothing. I'm like, see how light these work? And this one, you know, had less warmth because it was blue, and this was all white, and this was all ultra. And then I went to lunch with Bob, and I'm like, how the heck did that lift like that? He goes, Freddie, you measure for a reason. He goes, did you ever foil somebody and you open it up and you get stuck on yellow? And you're like, oh. But then sometimes you open a foil up and it's perfect. It's because that day you got the perfect measurement. When you just do a scoop and scoop of this, it's not calibrated right. If you weigh it, light is not supposed to stay on for an hour, 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? Light is supposed to lighten hair. You put lightener on your clothes, within 10 seconds, what happens? You have a white spot. But on hair, it takes an hour, right? No, it's because of the calibration. So if you start, that's why Aloxxi used to come in a smaller thing, because you couldn't scoop. They wanted you to measure. Once you start weighing your lighteners, your foil is going to come up within 15, 20 minutes, like buttery blonde.
What color were the 3 models that we started out on?
She wanted them all, they were all like a level 5.
Oh,
Yeah. And they came up to this beautiful blonde, like so quick, and I'm just like, because sometimes now I weigh everything, but before I was like, sometimes with open foil, I'm like, why is it still so yellow? Because I put a little too much of this or a little too much of that. Now when I weigh everything goes out even and perfect. Like it changed my whole life, just from that one class.
And that's true with any brand.
Yes,
Because they're all designed to work a certain way.
Yes, it's designed to work a certain way, and we end up always, sometimes we mix it, it's like, becomes like peanut butter, and then we throw a little more developer in it, and then you get out there and you start working, and what happens? It gets tighter and tighter, then you run it back, you add a little more. It's like, I don't understand this, but when you mix it to how the specs are, all of a sudden now it stays perfect consistency the whole foot. I have a gentleman who, he mixes a bowl, and then all day long, he goes in the back of his little one, does his next client. He's old school.
I
He
used to
goes,
really like that.
he goes, don't do it, don't throw that out, all day long. But his clients are sitting there for hours. They get blondes, but I don't know. So as a stylist or as an owner, if you mix it, we're losing less. I'm a firm believer on you could always remix, keep your light and fresh. You know, don't do 3 scoops and all of a sudden you go in the back and you're throwing down the drain.
And some of it expand, like. it
Yeah,
grows.
you should never have that much, you know, always mix more than mix too much, because there's nothing you can do with it. You know what I'm saying?
Powder or liquid go in first? Does that matter?
I do powder first. I do powder first. But, you know, the more money you save your owner or the owner, the longer you're here, right? That's what I would say.
You paid him for that.
Right, it's true.
So for this, I guess there's a cream and a powder, you have to mix both together? Is that
You have to
what-
mix both together.
With
You have to,
the
well, the powder and the cream. That's your packet. In the box will come with 1 tube and 4 packets.
Okay.
Okay?
The tube is the cream and the stuff is the powder.
And the powder, right? So you're gonna do your powder, 1/4 tube, and then you're gonna do 1 ounce and 1.5 ounces of your developer. Everybody's getting a bombshell. Does anybody use bombshell? This is the most amazing thing in the world. I don't have the line here to show you, but this is great for, it's 3 in 1. So it's a dry shampoo, it's a volumizer, and it's a texture spray. So it's good for up hair, it's good for volume in just regular hair. It's great for curling. It's one of the most best products in the world. And then everybody's getting our Violet shampoo, because our Violet shampoo is probably the best I've ever used. Color safe, it does not add purple to the hair. So you can use it, the hair's not going to end up purple, but it's going to get rid of form. Just to let you know too, that all of our products and our retail products are 10-free, which means there's no sulfates, paraben, no gluten, no monoethylamine, no microbead, no aluminum, no talc. It's not tested on animals. It's from the higher power, so it is kosher. So all of our products is that, and then most of our products are vegan too. And gluten-free, I don't know why gluten-free, but they say,
I'm just not with the eating on the.
but they say gluten it gets into your blood. But you know what, it's all the things that people are so conscious now of what we eat, what we put on us, all that. So the way the company is going is that way, is so we don't have to put stuff out there for money. We're doing it more for the clients. You know what I'm saying? And for us ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't want the smells. We don't want all that kind of stuff that, I mean, like ammonia is not bad for us. You know what I'm saying? Is PPD and resorcinol really bad? It's not bad. We've had it in color forever. But if we can make it without it and still have the best results, then why have it in there, right? And there are a lot of clients that are using like an Aveda, or they're using a henna and stuff like that because they're allergic to resorcinol or PPD and stuff like that. So they found a way to make a permanent color that doesn't have it in there. They found a way that makes color that has skin grade ingredients. And it's all in the back. And when I first got this, I would keep this on my station like that, or on my color bar, so people think why LUMINEXX, and clients love to read, and they read why. You know what I'm saying? And this is why. You know.
One of the biggest benefits is that, you know, George wants to give back to the hairdresser, and for every 6 tubes of color you buy, you get a free developer for life. That means this is not a for now deal, this is all the time. And Chroma, it's 12 tubes.
When would you use the 40 volume?
For 3 levels of lift. Yeah, Aloxxi
Below
is
level 5.
10 is tone on tone or darker, 20 is 1 level, 30 is 2, 40 is 3 levels.
The Hail Mary.
Yeah, exactly. It's a helmet.
With the Hail Mary, right? I'm using 40. But you know what, with the Ultra, let me tell you something. With the ultra lightener, that's why I gave you all a package. I'm a 30 volume man for my lighteners. Some people use 40.
Or free man too.
I'll use with the ultra, I'll use 20 or 30. You never have to use more than that, and it 9 levels. And quick. Quick. Don't overlap, especially if you're using 30 volume, because it's quick. But you know what? I'm a quick. I don't want to get stuck on duck. I'd rather get it up there, not blow out the cuticle, but I'd rather.
So about 15 minutes for that ultra,
Ultra 15 minutes with heat? No, ultra or
15 minutes without heat.
No, that's the
The light.
ultra. The quick lift. The quick lift.
Okay, so a question for your lighteners. You have a client that comes in, she hasn't gotten her hair highlighted in 3 months, and now she's got 1.5 inches outgrowth. You say don't overlap, which one would you use?
No, I wouldn't overlap over other blondes, you mean?
Yeah, over the previous bleach.
Right, I wouldn't overlap with 30 volume with anything.
Just use 20 bucks.
Right, 20 volume, yeah.
And then what would you?
Because mostly when you highlight somebody and they have highlights on the bottom, no matter how you weave it, you don't really need to take it down, because once it lays, it all works.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because once you constantly overlap, that's how we get breakage and stuff like that. Always go up to the line. If they want to go lighter, and they want that blonde on the end lighter, I would drop it to a 10 volume and hit the bottom of 10 volume.
Because in Florida, they can't get blonde enough here.
Right.
We want blonde, blonde, blonde. They don't want root blend. They don't want that shit.
No, I
They
know.
want blonde to the root. Blonde is blonde can get. That's just what, it's
Yeah.
Florida.
And my question with blondes too is, I know everybody gets this, when they leave, they go, I love my blonde, but they mud out. My wife
Right.
mud out. It doesn't
Or get
matter.
yellow.
I've used anything, it doesn't matter. When you blow them out, they're going, gosh, this is popping, I love it. But when they get Florida water, all this, and they mud out a little bit, every single time.
Really?
Yes, yes.
I disagree.
Yeah. You have a, no, you have a.
What you use?
If you have a.
I totally disagree.
Yeah.
So you mean
No, I
it dulls?
don't.
Yeah.
That's
It
why I
dulls
overlap.
up?
What's that?
It dulls up on you?
Yeah.
Because you're using the wrong color, Bob.
I'm using the stuff that you sold me, Bubba.
So now listen to me. This is stuff I gave you.
No, I mean, I've used
Trying to cover
Schwarzkopf, I
position.
use every lightener that's probably out there. And I'm trying, and the blondes will go and
Use the ultra. Use the ultra.
Uh-huh.
Use the ultra and color
oh,
locker.
believe me.
And color locker.
Okay.
Yeah, but it could be a maintenance thing, Tony.
Yeah. It's
It
what?
could be a maintenance thing. That's why you need to sell them drain filter
Right.
and do those demineralizing treatments, because they're going home and putting all those minerals down.
Well, I saw that stuff. I mean, that wild stuff, you know.
I know, but they gotta use it.
No, they do. That one's fine, but it's usually about that second and third week